Am I visible?
Yes, you are audible, visible.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, let's start with the micro yoga, and then today we are going to do a very important asana for digestive system. So, and for that we will also prepare how to go for that particular asana. In doing so, we'll probably do more than 2 3 asanas, which are very important for the digestive system and preparation of that particular asana. Let's rub our palms. Let's activate ourselves and rub our face. Ladies who are pregnant, please connect with their physician, doctor before going for yoga. Those who have any ailments or surgery of particular that organ of which we are doing yoga, please refrain from that particular position or yoga or asana. Let's have rub our neck, ear. It's very important for all of us that not even single person should get the disadvantage of it. Everybody should get the advantage of it. So let's start with the neck micro. Take a deep breath. Keep your both the hands over the waist, 1 feet distance between the legs. Take a deep breath and bend the neck back. Slowly breathe out and touch your chin to the chest. Observe the stretch. Completely breathe out. Be there for some seconds. Again, take a deep breath and take your neck back. Try to touch the back of the head. Observe the stretch you have. Your legs are firmly on the ground. And breathe out. Touch the chin, your chest. Breathe out completely. Deplete your abdomen, lungs. And you will find a stretch in the abdomen when you breathe out completely and touch your chin to the chest and come back to original position. Take a deep breath. Twist the neck on left and breathe out. Observe the stretch in the neck. Not move the shoulder. It should be in the one plane to the body. Come back and breathe in. Again on the right side, twist your neck. Breathe out. Come back and deep breathe in. Breathe out. And rotate your neck. Try to touch the ear to the shoulder. While rotating, breathe out. When you bring your neck forward, your face forward, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's do it. In reverse way, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Take a deep breath. Slowly breathe out. Breathe. Down. Keep your both the hands over the shoulder. Breathe in. Rotate your elbows with as much bigger diameter as possible. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Try to touch the elbows in front of you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Reverse way. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Come back. Take a deep breath. Breathe out. Lock your fingers. And then breathe in. Stretch it upwards. No angle in the body except the angle of wrists. Take a deep breath here. Observe the stretch in abdomen, chest, shoulders, elbow, wrist. Sorry, may I request to please be on mute. And slowly breathe out. Let's have the abdomen twist. Take a distance of 2 to 3 feet and breathe out. Breathe in. Both the hands wide, parallel to the ground, just beside the shoulder. Completely breathe in and twist your abdomen on the left. Slowly breathe out. Try to touch the right hand palm to the left hand shoulder and breathe out completely. Observe the stretch you have in your abdomen, in your tummy. Come back slowly. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in. Let's twist now on the right side. Slowly breathing out. Try to touch the left hand palm to the right hand shoulder and breathe out completely. Do not twist more than your capacity. This will shed off the fat in your waist. Be there in the breathe out condition for 10 to 20 seconds. Come back. Take a deep breathe and breathe out. Observe the stretch you have in the shoulder, the pain you have in the shoulder. Very important. Let's have the knee bending. So breathe out. Take a distance of 1 feet between the legs. Breathe in. Hands parallel to the ground in front of you. The legs are firm on the ground. Complete breathe in. Slowly breathe out and bend your knees so that your backbone is straight. Thighs are parallel to the ground. Completely breathe out. Observe the stretch you have in the thighs, knees, smile on the face. Be there for 10 to 20 seconds. In a breathe out condition, come back slowly, breathe in and breathe out. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Take a deep breath and breathe out. Be there in Dandasana position. Be there in the folded legs, Sukhasana, and relaxed position. Take a deep breathe and breathe out. So today we will go for a very important asana, that is Ardha Halasana, half plow pose. This particularly Ardha Halasana, for its contraindications, very important. Uh, no pregnant ladies can do it. It gives a lot of pressure in tummy, and that is not advisable in pregnancy. If somebody has a surgery of thigh, calf, or the pelvic region or abdomen, it is again not recommended. Those people who have severe sciatica, because it has a very high pressure on the thighs also, so it is not recommended for those people. Again, it flushed the blood reverse way in your brain somehow, because the legs are at the higher potential, higher height. So as a result of it, there's a flushing of blood in the face. So anybody who has any ear problem or kind of sinus, they should not do it, or they should connect with their physician and then they can do it. So these are some of the contraindications for half plow pose or Ardha Halasana. Let's go for its kriya or process. Ardha Halasana is actually the final stage of some of the asanas, but these some of the asanas are very important to do. The first is Dandasana. So we should be able to do Dandasana, where the legs are straight, okay, and vertebral column straight. Second is Paschimottanasana. We should do. Take a deep breath and try to touch your toes. So we should be able to do that. Okay, this is the Paschimottanasana. So second asana, try to push yourself as down as possible. Again, this is also a kind of second difficulty level asana. So one should actually go for this practice before the Ardha Halasana, because this will be used in Ardha Halasana. The third important is actually leg lock pose, that is a Baddha Konasana. So here what you can do, you can try to keep your both the legs folded, but the feet opposed to each other, and they are joined. So that you have a stretch somewhere in the groin as well as in the thigh muscles, so that when you do halasana, it will be easy for you to lift the leg and hold them. That is the third pose one should do. Okay, one can do butterfly also, so that it will free up the muscle. The next, which is actually a kind of Supta Ardha Machindrasana, that is to be done. So you lie down and hands straight. Let's for both the hands this way, perpendicular to our body, and bring our one leg, left leg, here in opposite side, left leg on the right side, and feet towards the left. It is also known as Ardha Markatasana, and also it is a Supta Machindrasana. This is the one, so that your abdominal muscles and thigh muscles will have a stretch. Similarly, from the other side, one leg straight, right leg, and sink toward the right, and am actually taking my right leg on the left side, try to touch it to the ground, but seeing on the right side, and you will find this way we can free up our muscle. Coming to the halasan position, there are a number of ways which are given for halasan. We'll go for one or two ways how the halasan is done. First and very foremost way of halasan is that you can do it by one leg, and before that you can try for padangushtasana. So hands straight, one leg folded. Very simply, you hold this leg, padangushtasana. Padma, this is the padangushtasana. Okay. Very
Hello.
slowly.
Can you
Hello.
hear me?
Yeah, sure. Sorry,
Hello. You can't hear me?
I can hear you. Sorry, are you able to hear me? Okay, let's do it. The with the other leg. One and two. Ekapadma, Ekahasta Padangushtasana. So this is all a preparation of half pose. So in half plow pose, be straight, and then you can have even the folding of leg, and then you can lift your legs straight and look at your toes. Okay, and you will find that you will actually try to bend your knees. Try not to bend your knees, be straight. Try that your back of head should be touching the ground. Don't do this. You will get actually prone to do that. Don't do that. And you will find immense pressure on thighs, hips, and your tummy, abdomen. The blood is flushing on the towards the face. There's a huge stretch in your tummy, and that is the benefit it gives. When you come back, hold it again and relax. It is very, very important that after the half plow pose, you should take a bit of rest. Okay, so a bit of rest you should take. Again, the second way of half plow pose is little bit the way in which you can give more and more stretch to your tummy. So Uttana Padasana, you can go in Uttana Padasana. So raise your legs 30 to 40 degree, 45 degree. See towards the toes. Take a breath and then go to the Ardha Halasana. Observe the stretch you have in your complete thighs, even calf. Okay, and you may have a trembling if you hold them for a long time. Come back very slowly in the Uttan Padasana. See towards the toes. Come back. Take a deep breath. Always breathe in by nose and breathe out by nose. Take a deep breath. Breathe in by nose and breathe out by nose. Come back. This was the Ardha Halasana or half plow pose complete process. You will find that number one, we have a very high stretch on calf and thigh muscles. So as a result of it, it definitely increase the musculoskeletal coordination between our legs and our pelvic region. There is a huge stretch in the pelvic portion and also the groin. So it is one of the best asana to support, to enhance the genetic function or genetic disorders. if they are there, it supports it. And third, it gives immense pressure on tummy. So anybody would like to reduce the tummy, this is one of the best position to reduce the tummy. Side pat, as well as if the people who are in a pre hypothyroid stage or post hypothyroid or thyroid phase, it will help to increase the blood flow to our thyroid gland, and it will help definitely to support the betterment of thyroid. Very important, it is the only asana which gives you a kind of relief in the varicose veins, because it will not cure varicose vein. I won't say that, it's not good to say that. It will actually support in bringing the blood flow in the veins. In the varicose veins, when the vein actually bring the deoxygenated blood from the muscle towards our heart, those are clogged, and because of this clogging, you will find there will be kind of the swelling is there. The veins could be seen very clearly in case of varicose veins. So in varicose vein, like thunderbolt position is prohibited, even the lotus position is prohibited, but the viparita karani or ardha halasana is what the best for varicose vein people. Also, people who are doing the varicose, who are doing the ardha halasana, they should take care that even if they have varicose vein, but if they have the high BP or they have the cardiac challenges, please connect with your doctor before doing it. Always, you should always consider while doing any asana, what is the other element we have. So we have to check the cross element. So it is always better to consult with your physiotherapist or your doctor. That was what about the ardha halasana. Okay, so let's go for the Bhastrika, and then let's go for the Shavasana. I'm sure you will do and enjoy Ardha Halasana every day to reduce the tummy, to get away from the varicose vein, and also to keep your musculoskeletal coordination well. So just to give you one small test for musculoskeletal coordination, what you can do, you can try this maybe at your home. You jump, you stand, jump, and twist your hands on left, on right, and legs on left. Then jump again, hands on left, and twist your legs on right, and try to jump this way, and you will come to know how much is the musculoskeletal coordination of your muscles. Okay, so that is one test which I could say that you can test yourself how much is the overall musculoskeletal coordination you have. There's two Bhastrika. Before that, very important, those people who have any cardiac challenges, angioplasty, or any high blood pressure or open heart surgery, please don't do it. Okay, connect with your physician, doctor. Keep your both the hands just beside the shoulder. Let's have Mool Bandh. Okay, you can also have Padmasana, or you can have even Thunderbolt position, Lotus or Thunderbolt position. Let's have Mool Bandh. Mool Bandh is pulling your perineal, genital, anal muscles up. So breathe out and breathe in. Explicit breathe in and explicit breathe out. Let's do it again. So breathe in and breathe out. Keep Mool Bandh intact, and let's do it 20 times. Close your eyes. Let's do it 20 times. And then let's go for Shavasana. Close your eyes, lie down, take a deep breath, breathe out. 1 feet distance between the legs. Your hands are 6 inches away from your body. Fingers are half curled. Neck is tilted on the left. Relax your toes, heels. Relax your calf muscles. Relax your knees. The pelvic portion. Relax the tummy, chest. Relax the back. Neck, shoulder. Relax arms, elbows. Forearms, palm. Relax the whole face. Ear, nose, lips, eyes, eyebrow. No fold on forehead. Effortless breathing. Whole body is to be left as it is. Forgive and forget. Be aware of the sounds in the room. Be aware of your touch to the ground, your thoughts. Be aware of the warmth in the palm. Aware of the picture you could see in your closed eyes. Move your left foot, move your right foot, move your left hand, move your right palm, turn your neck towards the right, slowly turn towards the right, and with the support of right hand to your head, just be there on one side. Transition between Shavasana, calf pose, and the Jagruti Avastha, total awake condition. Slowly, with the help of your left hand, come back to the sitting position. Keep your legs folded, be in a relaxed position, vertebral column straight, backbone straight, but relaxed. Rub your palms. Rub them over your face, neck, ear, with the dream of resilient and happy TCS family. Open your eyes. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Raghav.